Hello, everyone, and welcome back to OB Clarity with Dr. Godfrey. I'm Dr. Godfrey, PhD RN, and we're on episode 14. Yes, today we are talking about facing clinical discomfort. Nervous, but prepared. That's right. So, clinical days can be exciting. And also, let's be honest, they can be nerve wracking. Like maybe you're about to do your first IV insertion or your first full patient assessment, and your heart's racing. Your hands might even be a little shaky and you feel like everyone in the room is watching. Does that sound familiar? If it does, you're not alone. Almost every nursing student feels that way at some point. And today we're going to talk about how to handle that discomfort, like turn those nerves into confidence, and why having a supportive instructor by your side can make all the difference. So, first, let's name the feeling, that anxious, uncomfortable feeling you get before performing a skill. Whether you're in the nursing lab or you're in the hospital setting, it's normal. It's actually a sign that you care. You want to do well, you want your patient to be safe, and you want to succeed. And we understand that. The tricky part is sometimes that feeling makes you freeze, right? You start second guessing yourself, or you even avoid doing the procedure altogether. But here's the thing, discomfort doesn't mean you're not ready, it just means you're learning. I did have a student once who missed an opportunity. The nurse invited the student to do a skill, and the student told me later, "My heart was beating so fast, Dr. Godfrey, I couldn't come find you and tell you I had the opportunity." Now, the student regretted that later, but at the moment, the nerves got the best of him. So I want you to think about that. When you get that opportunity, just go ahead and do it. Get your instructor and go and do that skill because that's how you learn, right? So you're asking me, "Dr. Godfrey, how do we take those nerves and turn them into confidence?" I'm going to tell you, it's by preparation. It sounds simple, right? But when it's done intentionally, it works wonders, right? All you have to do is review that procedure. Get those steps down before you shift, or have a small checklist or even a little note card handy, right? Watch a demo video or practice it in the lab because repetition is your friend. You can even partner with a classmate for a quick run through. A lot of times you guys depend on each other, and that's beautiful. Let your classmate help you, work together. Sometimes just seeing someone else do it first can make a huge difference. I totally understand that. Even about 10 to 15 minutes of targeted preparation can calm your nerves and make you feel in control. And that's the key, right? So now I want to talk about that supportive instructor that I mentioned. This is where they come in because the supportive instructor can change everything. They guide you step by step, they offer encouragement, they remind you that mistakes are part of learning, but they're there to help you so that you don't make a mistake, right? So have your instructor with you, let them encourage you, and they should be your guide on the side to give you great encouragement. I remember once another student told me I was so scared to start my first IV, but my instructor just stood beside me, calmly guiding me, and it felt like I actually could do it. That's what a student once told me, and that made a difference because that's the power of support. Yes, it gives you a safety net so you can focus on learning instead of panicking, right? That's horrible. So now let's talk about quick mental tricks that you can use while you're in the moment. Now, you know I'm an OB nurse, so we're going to talk about that deep breathing. Take your deep breath in before you even start. You guys ready? In to three, out to three. I love that. That resets your focus. All right? So take your deep breath. Next, positive self talk. Remind yourself, "I've practiced this skill. I know the steps. I can do this." You have to encourage yourself. Now, if your patient asks you, "Have you ever done that skill?" you can be honest and say yes because you've practiced that skill in the laboratory setting. Now, if that patient says, "But have you done it on a real person?" Okay, you got to be honest, right? Patients usually understand. And then I want you to visualize a successful outcome. Just imagine yourself performing the skill confidently. That matters. That makes a world of difference. So these small mental shifts can actually turn that anxiety into focus, believe it or not. It can. So now you ask me, "Well, Dr. Godfrey, What's the takeaway? Where's your encouragement? Well, here's the takeaway. Nerves in clinicals are completely normal. Confidence comes from preparation, it comes from practice, and guess what? Leaning on the right support. Don't be afraid to ask questions, ask for guidance, or even ask for a second chance, right? I need another opportunity. Is there another patient that I can do my assessment on? You know, just keep growing because growth happens outside your comfort zone. I'm going to say that again. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. It's not going to always feel comfortable, but every procedure you do, it's going to build that confidence little by little. Yes, I'm just proud of you thinking about it right now. So think about one skill that makes you nervous. What's one small step you can take before your next shift to feel more prepared? Start there and notice how much calmer you're going to feel. Okay? So, all right, that's it for today's episode. But if you found this helpful, be sure to follow OB Clarity with Dr. Godfrey. Share with a classmate who might need a little encouragement. And check out the resources on my website too, www.obclarity.com, for any extra tutoring support. There are resources there as well that you can download for free. So next time, we'll talk about handling unexpected situations in clinicals, because that happens. Because sometimes the patient doesn't read the textbook. How about that? So I appreciate you listening, and always remember, you want to have clarity over chaos, and you've got this. And as I always end, what do I say? Always assess, don't guess.